Hello everybody and welcome to Fortnightly Frontier, the Star Citizen podcast with the highest level of blood alcohol. I am Ice, aka Darinator, and with me is, as always, my lovely assistant, Loose Unit.
Hello, I'm Loose Unit.
Hello. So, what's new in the verse?
Big news, everyone. Big news. Organization stuff.
Good news, everyone.
Big news. Yes, organization stuff.
Organization. Oh, finally, some new information on
Yes, it is going to be out by Friday this week coming, or maybe even earlier than that. They're beta testing at the moment. They have some problems with the chat system, so they're trying to get that resolved. It's
Yeah, supposedly the current coding for the chat isn't meant to handle as many users as there will be eventually using the chat.
Yeah, and they're having a few issues. I think I mentioned on the Wingman's Hangar, which you can check down below. Link.
Yes.
They mentioned that it was like crossing messages and all kinds of stuff. This is why it's in beta at the moment. So the official...
Well, everything's in alpha or beta, so things are to be expected.
It's a beta society. Yes, buy our game before it's finished, and we may never finish it.
You know what would be hilarious? If you could actually buy a beta fish for your fish tank.
No, I wonder if there's an alpha fish. We'd have to do some research on that.
No,
and then when the beta comes out...
There are beta fish, yeah.
Yeah.
It would automatically change.
Oh, yeah. That would be cool. Right. The features that have been announced for the version that's coming out, not too much actually, but basically the new chat system is going to be there. So the chat roll has like a limit of 500 at the moment. That's going to be up to unlimited, I guess. You can now.
And the thing I love about the chat system is that the chat on the website, in-game, and on the mobile application on your tablet or your smartphone is going to be all connected. So wherever you are, you'll be able to stay in contact with the rest of your organization members, which is very nice.
It is very nice. You'll be able to create the organization, obviously, and
yes,
you'll be able to select the archetype, which is just organization, corporation, private military company, faith, or syndicate.
Yes, but these are all mostly for role playing. They don't really restrict you from from your behavior in the verse themselves.
Yeah.
It's up to you to adhere to the guidelines that you put forward when you create your organization.
Yep.
Just like in real life. Otherwise, you'll get the feds on your ass.
Yep. And then there was the last one. You added that in.
Yes.
Okay.
It was just something that was mentioned in not the last Wingman's Hangar, but the previous one, that the plan for the long term is that organizations will be able to buy or build parts of the industry, so to be parts of the economy of the world, and they'll be able to colonize uninhabited planets and build space stations, claim systems as their own.
Cool. That's quite a wee way off, though, isn't it?
Yes, it's still a ways out. They don't think it'll probably be out on initial release, but it is a long-term plan.
Yep.
Well, of course, once the game is released, it's not going to stop there. They're continually going to work on it, add new features, new systems, just much like Eve.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
And the most exciting stuff is going to come in a few months. But there's some really cool stuff coming along. We're going to be able to have job tagging for members, so you'll be able to tag members with different jobs inside the organization.
Yeah.
Division and organizational charts.
Yeah. As we all know, I am the official procrastinator from Polka.
Yes, and what am I? I'm failing with style or something? I don't know. I was given a title somewhere along the way, but I can't remember it. There's going to be a shout box on your organization homepage, which is just par for the course, I guess. Nothing exciting there.
So that basically means that people who are not members of the organization will be able to leave us messages.
I guess so. I guess you just can... It's a shout box, like in the forums, if you've ever seen a shout box in there, you just put messages from whoever's registered, basically. I don't know what you can do with that. It's just a random, nice little thing that can be kind of funny sometimes, I guess. I wouldn't say it's important.
I suppose, yes. And we'll have a blog.
Yep.
for newsletters, stuff like that, and private forums. Yay for stuff and things.
Yep, because we run our own private forums at the moment, and
it'll be very good to have that under a single roof.
Yes,
that will be very good.
It'll be very nice, very nice.
Yep.
Some voting systems for leadership, making decisions, and whatever crap, and a calendar is the other thing. Nothing huge or revolutionary there, but it's nice to know that these features are coming down the road and they're really thinking about this kind of stuff.
Yes. Things are coming together.
So that's basically everything we know about the new organization stuff. So we're going to see it this coming week, and then next episode we will be talking more about this and possibly showing some footage of what's going on inside there if you would like to see it.
Maybe all of this stuff will even be out before this episode airs, so if that's the case, just ignore everything we just said.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Okay, so something I would like to touch on is that in the latest Wingman's Hangar, they mentioned that 0G first-person shooters are coming. Now, I'm really interested in seeing that's going to be really cool.
Yes, well, how else did you think that boarding a ship will work? I mean, you have to exit your ship.
True. But I thought that you'd like dock onto the ship and then there'd be gravity, but apparently a lot of the smaller ships won't have artificial gravity. It'll be the bigger ones that do.
Yes, and some of the ships don't have docking ports, like the Avenger, for instance.
Yeah. So, okay. That's really cool stuff.
So you pop the canopy, fly out, just make sure you park your ship somewhere safe so it doesn't float off and you won't be able to find it again anymore. They also said that there will be also an inclusion of magnetic boots for when you're in zero gravity, or microgravity as it is properly called, because there's no such thing as zero gravity.
Yep.
That's gonna be cool as well, because that will mean that you're still walking on a platform, but you're not limited to a single surface, so you can just walk on the ceiling, on walls, stuff like that. So that's gonna be very
aliens like, where you're like running up the walls and jumping at people and
It's gonna be quite nauseating at first, I think.
Sorry, people. And some other little snippets as well. The shields won't work as well with low power. That's been confirmed, but they recharge over time, and you can kind of reroute power with the engineering systems in the game, which is quite nice. Wingmen would be important, obviously, because they just are. And there's going to be changeable weather on the planets as well. That'll like stop you from being able to land on the planet, because
so for instance, if a spaceport is caught in a snow blizzard, very high winds, it'll be quite a bit dangerous for you to land. Well, you'll still be able to land, I think, but it'll just make it very difficult.
And what is the several locations within the Sol system? I don't know about that.
Yes, mentioned 2 Wingman's Hangars ago. Because there was a specific question. There will be several locations within the Sol system, on other planets, moons. It won't be just limited to Earth.
Cool.
So you'll be able to have a base on Mars or on Titan or something like that.
Yep.
There's also a lot more that has been discussed in Wingman's Hangar, and we're not just gonna repeat everything that's been said. So if you want to know more, just go check out those 2 episodes that's aired
down below. Yes. Underneath.
Down below.
My hair's going funny.
That doesn't mean you should stick your head in my crotch. Just look under the video for links.
Yes. And so, what is your favorite ship? I think I already know the answer to this, and I can tell you, it is the Avenger.
Yes, it is. How well you know me. You read me like an open book.
It is a pretty ship. I like it. I actually have one.
It's a very pretty ship. It very much reminds me of the space shuttle with the design, and I always loved the space shuttle. Yeah,
I had one in my hangar, and I really liked it, but it just didn't have the features that I kind of wanted in a mid-range.
Oh yes, it's very limited. I mean, doesn't have room for much cargo. There's only one pilot, one member of the crew, but it is what it is. It's a single pilot fighter ship.
Yep, absolutely. But I really liked it. I absolutely liked it. But it just didn't.
I like it a lot more than the Hornet, I have to say.
Yeah, I don't like the Hornet. I don't like the way it looks at all.
Yeah.
Shut up, man.
So what is your favorite spaceship?
You probably can already tell this one.
Is it the Cutlass?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
I like the Cutlass. I just think it's a really good all-round ship. Well, looking all like a really good all-round ship. Obviously, we don't know, but I just like it. It looks really pretty, actually. I never thought I'd say that about it. It never struck me as being a nice-looking ship, like the Avenger as an example. But I think it's pretty in its own way. It's kind of nice.
So now that we know that your favorite spaceship is, what are you going to use to fly it?
Well, I picked myself up with HOTAS on a budget. I grabbed myself.
Which is what exactly?
It's one of these.
Oh. It looks much fancier than mine.
It's a Thrustmaster T-Flight HOTAS X, and it was €35. I got it as a gift, but yeah,
That's cheap.
It's 35. Yeah, €35 on Amazon. The quality of it is actually pretty good. I've been playing with it for a few days actually. We've been playing Independence War 2, which is quite. Yeah. It's a space sim type inertia game that's quite good. And I'm really impressed with it, actually. I'm really impressed. I think it's missing an access set I need, but I can rebind some buttons to make that work. Okay. And the quality feels really, really good. It feels a lot nicer than what my old joysticks that I've had in the past have felt like. I had a Microsoft Force Feedback Pro 2 and a Microsoft Precision Pro 2, and it feels a lot nicer than them. And they weren't cheap joysticks back in the day. So, certainly not professional level, but yeah, I'm happy with it, and it'll give me a good base to work on to learn what I like and what I don't like about it, and then progress to something a bit more advanced if I really want to later on.
My joystick is just a normal flight stick. It does have a throttle, but I haven't been using it in iWar 2. I've been using WASD for throttle.
Yep.
For translating, which is basically kind of HOTAS, but digital. With the proper HOTAS, you have analog throttle controls, but here is just...
Yeah, it's not that important in iWar 2 to have the analog control.
Well, we'll see just how important exactly it is when the dogfighting module comes out, which, according to Chris Roberts, won't be for a few more months. That's the latest that we've heard.
That's disappointing, but that's okay. We're waiting patiently. Patiently, we're waiting.
Patiently, yes. We're nothing if not patient.
Yeah, and accepting of delays.
Yes.
And you have a question for the wingman this week.
I do. This relates to something that Chris Roberts has said about the field of view in-game. In the professional gaming community, the field of view is a very important aspect of any game. And games that limit you to a certain, or maybe a wide or maybe quite narrow field of view are not looked at very well. And games with dynamic field of view are, hated, for a lack of a better term. And Chris Roberts has said that there will be dynamic field of view in this game. And my question is, will we be able to turn that off and set our own static field of views for first person and cockpit views? Because I think that most people, most professional gamers that have backed this would prefer at least an option, if not an absence of dynamic field of view. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes. Giving us the options is quite important. That's more like, I want to wait and see what it actually is like before I do make judgment. But having the option to turn off is very important for everyone.
Yeah. Yes. Don't lock us into something. Give, if at all possible, give us the option to choose for ourselves. Yes. Yep. As open world as the game is supposed to be, I think it should be open when it comes to stuff like that as well.
Yep.
Okay, that concludes this episode of Fortnightly Frontier.
Yes.
I hope it's been fun to watch and informative, and we'll see you in the verse.
Also,
in the verse.
Thingy below.
Yes, thingies below.
We have a face tubes and a like book. and
Yes, and Twitter. We have a Twitter.
and Twitter. Yeah. And
Yes, and don't forget to click the like button or subscribe if you liked it. Yes, share, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like it. Yes. Bye-bye.
Welcome to the Space Bar, episode 2.
Welcome to the Space Bar.
I want to take you to the Space Bar.
Yes.
Where we talk about beer or something and games, space games.
And video games.
And
yes.
tonight, which game are we talking about, Mr. Ice?
No. First off, what are we drinking?
What are we drinking tonight, Mr.
What are we
Ice?
drinking? I'm drinking a Lashko Zlatorog, which is a local variety of a Pilsen, 4.9% alcohol, and quite bitter in taste, but I like it very much. It's my go-to beer around here. It's very nice.
It looks very green. Do you think that's
very-
gonna be like, it's gonna like disappear in the green screen?
Shit!
Oh, that's gonna be hilarious. Awesome. I can't wait
fuck.
to see what that actually looks like.
God damn it! Shit! Think about that. Fuck.
And tonight, I am drinking Quelle Acht. It's water.
Oh, you bastard!
Yeah. I've had a injured back for the last while, and I've been on some drugs, so
baby.
I can't actually drink at the moment. Well, that is about to change, so for the next episode, I'll be able to drink again.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, shit! I knew I was. Why didn't I go get my glass? Fuck's sake. Okay, right.
Oh, and what game are we going to talk about?
Independence War 2.
Independence War 2.
Independence
okay,
War
we've
2.
been playing this game. We just mentioned it in the episode, but we can't really say above.
No,
Anyway,
previously.
We mentioned it previously in the
Yes.
episode. So, Independence War 2.
Yes.
You'll probably be seeing some maybe clips of us playing or something right now. Something, I don't know. Independence War 2, tell us about it.
It's quite an old game, about 11 years old. It was the first ever game to... of course, it's a space simulation, but it was the first ever game to support all 6 axes of freedom when it came to space flight.
Yep.
Well, the story was just... It was quite okay. I mean, you had NPCs that responded differently to how you behaved to them, what conversational choices you took. But I don't think that was as groundbreaking as the full physics behind
Yeah.
the spaceflight, which is very nice. You got roll, pitch, yaw, forward, backwards, left, right, up, and down, and you're able to control all of those, which is very nice. I loved it. I got it when it first came out, and I don't think I've come across a space simulation game that was as good when it came to space flight as Independence War 2, and it's been 11 years.
Yeah. No, I would agree with
11
that.
years!
I originally thought that it was a bit plasticky, but after playing it for a little while, I kind of realized that it's not like that at all. In fact, we were playing multiplayer together. It has multiplayer, by the way.
Yeah.
And you docked onto me or something, and I was flying around with you. And I couldn't control the thing properly, and I was like, "What the fuck's going on?" And then you undocked, and it came right, and it's because it was the extra weight of having that.
Yeah,
on
exactly,
It made
yeah.
it handle really bad, really poorly.
Not just the extra weight, it was also a different center of gravity because...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it made it. It was.
Yeah, that was-
I was impressed with the modeling there.
Yeah.
Given that the game's from 2001, that's quite impressive.
To 2002, 3, something like that. Yeah, but over 10 years.
Yeah.
So graphically, it's not as nice as Star Citizen is going to be, even remotely. I mean, every ship I think is like 2,000 polygons, and in Star Citizen is going to be at least 100 times that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is going to be good practice. You can pick it up from GOG.com.
Yep. Good old games.
Yeah, goodoldgames.com. $6 US.
Only $6, and just like every other game on GOG, it is of course DRM free.
So we don't condone this, but you can just share the launcher and the installer, and it works. But
Yes.
it pays someone.
It is
money,
only
like
$6. Yes.
Yeah, it's only $6.
And it's a digital download. You download it, install it. Multiplayer. Well, the only way we've been able to get multiplayer to work is with Hamachi, which is VPN, and starting up a LAN game.
Yeah,
I think we just have problems with port forwarding, but
we haven't really pushed too much into actually get that resolved. But yeah,
no, because Hamachi is working. So yeah, and you got basic deathmatch, team deathmatch, capture the flag, and some other game modes.
Yeah,
which all work very fine.
Yeah, and I made a little launcher as well that you can download.
Oh, we'll still look into how easy it is to get a multiplayer game working from within game, so you don't have to use command line commands.
Yeah, my little script is.
Yeah, currently from the client side, you have to use a command line to connect, which is a bit of a derp. But as you said, you create a little launcher, a little bat file, which
it just gives you more
makes it easier. Just double click and you're in.
Type your thingy in if you're connecting to the same address that asks you and gets it. And, so that's down below. Check out Independence War 2 at GOG.com. Link down below.
Yep.
More links.
Yep.
There's going to be a lot of links down below.
There's gonna be Yeah. So just definitely check out the description. There'll be a lot of information in there. And we will see you again in the verse.
In Fortnite.
In a fortnight, yes. In a fortnight.
I always laugh when we have to say, I see you in a fortnight, because the whole show is called Fortnightly Frontiers, so that's kind of logic.
Yeah, there is the logic behind it.
See you next episode.
Yes, that's the safest way of saying see you next episode.
What?
In the bot?